y'all, it's your girl Joelle, and I'm back with another video. Today I'm coming to you guys to tell you guys a story time about the first time I got arrested. I got arrested. We just need to jump right into this. Okay, so this happened when I was 20. I was 20 and I got arrested. I was 20 and I went to jail. So basically, my dad used to always let me see his truck. So I was 20 years old and I was like, Dad, can I see the truck? And he was like, yeah, that's fine. Now, I didn't really tell him what I was going to do, when I was going to do it, or who I was going to do it with. I was driving. As soon as I would get the keys, I would text my friends, we outside. Like we were literally outside. So we went out that night. I'm not sure why. It seems like I was always like the only driver. I don't know where that came from, but like at that age, it was like I always was like driving. So I picked them up. We literally bar hopped all night. Yes, I was 20. No, I wasn't supposed to technically be in the clubs at the time, but I do have a sister. She's 10 years older than me, so like getting into clubs and stuff that's never been an issue. So that's issue number one. So we was bar hopping all night. We ended up going to the casino by the end of the night because, you know, it never closes, and we were just so thirsty. We did not want to go home. Mind you, the casino is on the complete opposite side of town that we lived on, and I had to take everybody back home. I want to say it was like 4 of us in the car that night. So we're heading back, we're leaving the casino, we're heading back towards where we all live. I want to say I didn't drive on the highway at that time, so I had to take the streets. So it was really like a 30-minute ride. So I'm riding, I'm not speeding, I'm chilling, I'm driving perfectly fine, but I did have to ride past like the courthouse and like the jail and stuff. I'm not paying attention though because I'm in deep conversation with them. And so I rode past and it was a sheriff that was parked outside, and I'm not thinking nothing of it either way because like their trucks and cars are always parked outside, and a lot of times like they're not in them. As soon as I pass it, she gets behind me. So she gets behind me. I'm like, I got this. Now, had I had a couple of drinks, I did have a couple of drinks. I had a couple of drinks. So I was like, when y'all give me some gum, I got this. So she was like, you know, I'll put you over. And I was like, no, why did you put me over? And she was like, your headlights weren't on. And I was like, really? I meant to turn them on. I really meant to turn them on. And so she just continues talking to me. My friends are in the back. I don't really know what they thought that they were doing, but they was like calling herself trying to help me out. And it was like trying to make conversation and stuff with her. And I just knew once I turned my headlight on, we were good to go. She was like, have you been drinking tonight? And I was like, no. And she was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, step out the car for me. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, I got this. I'm like, y'all chill, for real. Chill out. Like, I'm giving them a little talk. I don't got this. So I get out the car. She makes me do like that little straight line walk. In my mind, I literally nailed that walk. I didn't do nothing wrong on that walk. Seriously. Like, I nailed that walk. But she said I didn't. I didn't take a breathalyzer or nothing. She was just like, okay, you know what? You're going to come with me. When she said you're going to come with me, my friends started freaking out. They did. They started like silently. I'm looking over at them like I'm really confident at this time. I don't know why, but I'm really confident, and I'm literally just chilling. I'm like, okay, whatever, like whatever you say. Mind y'all, I have on this small club dress. It was like a spaghetti tank top with like a mini tennis skirt all attached as one. It was like leather, really cute. And I have that on. I think I have on sandals because I didn't really wear heels back then. I had on sandals and I had my makeup done and stuff, and I had this hair in, like this big curly hair. And she was like, just come down with me. You know, you're not supposed to be drinking or driving, but technically you aren't 21. So just come to the station with me. We're going to just have you sober up. They can call your boyfriend. He's going to be able to come get you. It's no issue. So I'm like, all right, I got this, y'all. I'll be right back. I don't know why in my head I kept thinking I'm going to be right back. So she did take me down with her. She left my friends in the car. One of my friends literally sat out there and waited like 2 hours for me, and no, that's not what happened. So once I got in there, first of all, they had me like in some back part, And I was just like, because how she explained it to me, it was like, you're gonna come in here, just chill out, and then we're gonna let you go. So I'm like, okay. They had me in like this back office part. I'm waiting. I'm getting irritated because I'm scared of dogs. So I don't know why, but I just kept thinking like they were gonna bring like a big dog out, and so that was the only thing on my mind, honestly. Like, please don't bring a dog out. Please don't bring a dog out. So she was asking for like my information. She was doing all the stuff with, y'all know how they do, and she was like, I really like that dress, and I was like, thank you. Like, can we, like, come on now. So we go in there, and she give me like I think it was like a 2-piece to put on, and I was supposed to like take off all my other stuff. She did not make me take off all my other stuff. I had money in my pocket. She was like, you literally just gonna sit down here for a couple hours. They're gonna call your boyfriend. He's gonna come get you. You're gonna be able to go. So she, like, whatever rules I was supposed to follow during the booking procedures, the lady was so cool. Like, I didn't have to follow. I didn't do none of that. I promise y'all. Like, literally. So I went in there. They did take my picture. When I walked in there, it was like a big basement, and it had old TVs, and then it was like different, I don't want to say the word cage, but that's the first thing that comes to my mind. But you know, like, y'all, like how jail is, those bars and people was behind them, and then it's like a big center where a few people was sitting out at, and that's where I was out at. Like, my job, this is late at night, so this is like 2 in the morning, maybe 3. Well, by the time I got in there, it was like 3. It wasn't a lot of people in there. So it was like some old TV show. My job, I'm tipsy too. It was like some old TV show that they're playing. It's not really hitting me what's going on. I'm just thinking that she's booking me and that I'm gonna be able to just get picked up. So I'm just watching TV. I'm chilling out. I'm also watching who walks in there. I'm just looking at the officers, and you know, like, that was it. I didn't really think too much of it. Now hours and hours go by, and I'm like, she said I would be able to, you know, go, and you know, as the time goes on, you're sobering up. Well, I'm sobering up. So I'm like, she said it was gonna be a couple hours. Like, no, y'all, it was so many hours. So basically, I guess like the night shift like switched out or something. Some other staff came in. They was like, okay, it's time for whatever our little queue or pod was. It was time for us to switch out. So I stayed out in that little area watching TV and just watching people come in and just sitting there kind of tipsy but still sobering up for hours, and then they had to switch out, and I had to actually go behind those bar thingies, and I had to like actually sit in there. So my job, while I was out at that little area you can watch TV and stuff, that's where the phone is at and stuff. Nobody knows I'm in jail but my friends that are in the car. And my one friend, the one that I said she sat out there for like 2 hours, she did call my boyfriend and tell him, and he started making arrangements to come pick me up. But I didn't want to call my family or anything. I was so embarrassed. So I called my big sister while I was out in that little area, and I told her, and she called my dad, because I think she was out of town at the time. So she called my dad. So and she said she was going to tell my dad she was going to have him come pick me up. So then it was time for me to go back into the little jail cell. Okay, it was time for me to go back to the jail cell and sit, and then so I would go in there and sit for a little bit, and then I would go back out into that little open area with other people. But it was like I spent most of my time sitting in that area with the other people. More people started coming in as it became like earlier in the morning, because this was like a Saturday night. So people was coming in, y'all. The girls started coming in. They was like, what are you in here for? What are you in here for? What are you in here for? People was saying they was in here for just shooting their husband. Somebody said she just did like a mass, she just robbed like a pawn shop. Somebody else in there, they shot somebody else stabbed somebody. So they asked me what I was in there for. They asked me if I see my little picture, my little mug shot. And they was like, girl, your makeup is so cute. Your hair is so cute. And I was like, thank you. Thank you. And they was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I was drinking, and then I got pulled over, but I'm not 21. And they was like, oh, girl, you finna be right out. It was like, they didn't pay me any mind. It was just like, oh, girl, you finna get out. We finna get ready to go upstairs. Upstairs is like the real jail. So I just sat in booking, meeting new people. So I looked up, right? After I was talking to the girls and they was telling me these dramatic horror stories, I looked up, and in one of the cells, it was like this boy in there, and he was kind of cute, but I really wasn't paying no attention, but he kept doing stuff to get my attention. So I looked up where I had him, and he was like trying to talk to me and stuff, and I was like, no, what? That's how I was talking to him. So eventually I started like trying to hear what he was saying and like listen, like, you know how people talk with their mouth, like I started trying to listen. So he basically asked me who I needed to call, and he asked me my name, and he asked me do you have my number, and I was like, no. And he was like, well, do you need to make a call? So I think I had him down my grandma's house, but it ended up not working out. So I went back in my little cell, and then I came out and I looked up, y'all, guess who was walking in? Why was my dad walking in to come get me out of jail? I did not have a bond. I didn't have no bail or nothing. I don't know what it was called, but I had to sit there for 12 hours and sober up. Because I guess I wasn't old enough for DUI. I don't know how like it played out, but it ended up being like she gave me like a college drinking ticket or something. But I didn't have a bill or anything. So I looked up, guess who was walking in? My dad. My dad was walking in. He tried to come get me from jail. He didn't know he had a warrant. So they took him into a jail cell. And he looked at me, I looked at him, and we just started laughing. Like, he wasn't mad at me. He wasn't anything. We just started laughing. So I don't know what it was. After that, I went back there one more time. This time, they brought a girl in there. She was like an older lady. You could tell, like, she probably had been through some rough things. I had already given away my bologna sandwich because I couldn't eat in there. Like, I was just truly disturbed. So I couldn't eat in there. But the girl that was in the cell with me, the older lady, when she took the roll of tissue and made it into a pillow and laid on that silver metal bench in our cell, I started crying. I don't know. I just started crying. I was like, nah, I can't. I'm not. I need to get out of jail right now. Like, I literally started crying. About 40 minutes later, they called my name and they was like, come on. I was like, I was so relieved. I had never been so much happier in my life, y'all. Something about that lady taking a roll of tissue. She was already in, we all in a jail two-piece set. Her two-piece set was a different color than mine. I don't know what that meant, but something about her taking that roll of tissue and making it a pillow and just laying on there comfortably. Like, she didn't say two words to me. We didn't talk or anything. And then I'm looking at the toilet like, God, please do not let her use this toilet. That whole time I was in jail for that 12 hours, I did not pee. I did not eat. I did not sleep. I don't know what I was doing. I guess I was just tipsy. But I cried when I seen her do that because I was like, nah. And then like 40 minutes later, they finally came to get me. And it was my boyfriend and his friend and the girlfriend. They sent her in to come get me. And I was so happy. He took me to get some food and I went to his house and I just went to sleep. And I was like, I'm not doing that again, ever. He was like, you didn't do nothing but sit and booking. And I was like, I don't care. That was like the worst thing ever. Like, it was the worst thing ever. Do y'all know he had my mugshot and he sent it around to his friends? I mean, it was cute, but I'm just like, you just don't take life serious. But I don't know how she did it. It was like, it ended up being like a college drinking ticket or whatever. It never turned into a DUI. I don't know like how, but the officer that did arrest me, she was really cool. Like, she really was cool. But yeah, please do not go to jail. Do not drink and drive. I do not play with that drinking and driving stuff anymore at all. Like, even though she was like, you literally weren't doing anything wrong, you just didn't have your lights on, I don't play with it. Like, it's a serious thing, y'all. Do not drink and drive. Do not go to jail, y'all. I don't know how I went that long without eating. Like, I don't know. That was God. I was praying in there too. I was literally praying. But thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment down below, and subscribe. Don't go to jail. Seriously, don't do it. Just don't do it.